All right, so the guys are going to be going out there. Remember, we are talking about the elite men here. This is the first time they have raced as part of the KZN MTB Festival. The highlight of the KZN Park is the fact that they have to hold shots. They have to get a good run because pretty much it's line astern for the first 15 minutes of riding. That is an incredible run, and these guys, the shapes they make in this rock garden are impressive. It looks like we're watching downhill racing. No breakaways here so far. We can see a good cluster of the top 10, but they are line astern for now. We will only see breakaways once we hit some of the bigger climbs. Space looked like he may have had a problem on lap 1. James Reed is leading out over Sebastian Carstensen from Finland. Watch out for the rider in the all-red kit. Cruiser is the man that's gone missing. He was leading early on. He has either made a mistake or dropped a little bit further back in that leading top 5. All right, the top riders are appearing at the corkscrew and smashing their way through the rocks. James Reed almost got a move pulled in him. Those are a deciding factor in the lap here at Cascades. Cascades Mountain Bike Park doesn't offer too much good passing. So if you have to make a pass, it can often be ugly in the single track, or you've got to wait until one of the wider sections, and there isn't a lot of it to play with. It is something like 75% single track. I see a couple of punches and mechanicals coming out there as well, because there are a few guys fading off the back wheel. There we go. That's right at the bottom end of Cascades over the wooden bridge, which by now is actually dried out. This morning it had a lot of mud on it and it was causing problems for the guys to get over. James Reed from SA is leading things out over Carstensen. Shlomi Jaime, he's running in third place. So there is a 3-rider breakaway very early on in this race. Fastest lap now, lap number 1 from a standing start. James Reed comes through with a 16 minutes 15. That is an incredibly fast lap time, almost matched exactly by Carstensen. But just to show you how fast this track is running now and potentially how fast this race can be. Reed is looking quite comfortable. He's spinning a very loose gear, and it's something that the guys have been speaking to me about. For this circuit in particular, they will run either a 30 or a 32 blade out front just because of how hard the running is on the climbs. Reed is putting the hurt down straight away. Shlomi Jaime takes second place away from Carstensen. Good numbers coming out of these boys, and James Reed has got the eye of the tiger in, looks very focused. Bregenho has come through, and it's going to be Bregenho and Hathaway that are going to have to make the jump on a fading Carstensen. A 3-way split for third place. That was a big crash at the bottom of the climb there. Looked like it may have been a slip gear from James Reed. So Jaime and Reed coming together, and that will have definitely slowed the pace down. Number 1 rider, Philip Bass, not having a great day at the office here. You can see he's got some problems, and he's sitting around about 20th place right now, so he's got some work to get done. James Reed in the feed zone there, having a big stop off, and he has now fallen out of the top 3. So James Reed, a huge change up, a possible mechanical, but the rider was definitely off his bike before he has remounted to get himself back up there. So Shlomi Jaime is our race leader. Bregenho that has bridged the gap, and it looks like it may have been Hathaway that's managed to go with him. James Reed in 4th place and sitting around about 35 to 36 seconds off the leader. So here's Carstensen, and he is hurting big time. 5th place. Just getting some shots of Cruiser as he heads up into the zone. So he is running inside the top 10 for now and trying to put in the big work. So the pace is not dropping at all. There's our race leader, and he looks like he's on a warm-up ride. He looks extremely comfortable. It is extremely dry in the forest now, and that's why we're seeing some good run times coming out of the boys, really getting the pace going. and it is a one-man show right now. Shlomi Hamey has got this one in the bag. We'll get some numbers on as he crosses the stripe, but remember, it was around about 30 seconds back to the two chasers. It looks like they may have been able to bring something back. The top two guys working well together here. It's going to be just around about the 30-second marker. It's Gluth that is running in second place, Mott and Gluth. So somewhere along the line, we have lost touch with Bregenho. Shlomi Hamey on the hardtail, just firing it through there. A great little sector here that keeps the spectators on their toes. Looks like Hathley has started to fall off the back wheel. Reed is also there. Reed has come through on Carstensen, so Reed has been able to react. He's in fourth place and 24 seconds off the back wheel of Hathley, so that chase is on. Race leader Shlomi Hamey has come through and crested that last big climb towards the end of the lap, and he has got a comfortable margin over Gluth. Gluth, in turn, has got rid of his shadow of Hathley, but only just. Couple of guys trying to drop the hammer here late in the race, Vikas and Base. Our race leader, Shlomi Hamey, bike number 12. So there is one lap of racing left. Shlomi Hamey leads things out. The tactician has got the job done. He's got one more lap to keep it real. Martin Gluth is there. He has got to find around about 40 seconds to close down on the back wheel of Shlomi Hamey. And it is Hathley that is in third place. James Reed will be able to see the back wheel of Hathel's. So James Reed has got the tractor beams on, and he's going to try and close this one down. Third place is not wrapped up. The last 10 minutes of this race are going to settle it. Watch out, because we may have a sprint coming into this one. Shlomi Hamey only 10 seconds ahead of Martin Gluth, and then only 20 seconds back to the third place man, which is the huge fight back Cinderella story of James Reed. And he is on the fight back. Down the corkscrew. Hamey doing a 17:09, a 17:19 coming out of Gluth, a 17:39 out of Hathley, but a 17:16 coming out of Reed, telling us that he is the second fastest man on track right now. Let's bring him home. What a job, what a result, what a ride for Shlomi Hamey. He has done an incredible job. The win in the elite men's category goes to Shlomi Hamey. What a ride, and he did not drop out of the 17-minute bracket. Martin Gluth, he turned up the wick massively. Second place goes to him. So our early race leader, James Reed, does the big fight back after having his mechanical and awards himself with a third place.
All right, Shlo, that was a killer race. Obviously, there was the three guys at the beginning, and then roundabouts halfway when James had that problem, you just pulled the pin, and your lap times were incredibly consistent. 16s in the early stages, 17s, you never back down.
Yeah, man, you know, it was like a roller coaster, this race. So many changes, I mean. I say to myself today that I must to pace myself, and that I just, at the first lap, I will just follow the wheels. And I'm happy that I could follow James. And yeah, the second lap, I noticed that, that he is a bit slowing down, and we both fall down one time, and I knew that this is the end of story to James, and I must to go forward. And the third lap I done it, and from that point I just put my head down, and you know, I felt today like so many people pushed me. Like, firstly, for sure, my team, Novus, OMX team, and all our sponsor and our support, and all my country behind. Today it's like it's a holiday in Israel, it's Passover, and I so wanted to do it for my nation, for my team, for all the people that push me, and all the South African people over here that come to cheer, and it was an incredible atmosphere, and I'm so happy to race in South Africa at this time of the year, and I'm so happy to give that show today, and thanks to everyone. It was amazing day today for me. Thank you.
With early race leader James Reed. James, you've got a story to tell. Looks like this was your race, and yeah, end of lap number 2, big problems, technical, and kind of sent you backwards, but a big climb those last 2 laps to get yourself back into contention.
Yeah, frustrating, I guess. You know, I was on the pace and felt good early on, and me and Shlomi made a good break for it. And it's frustrating to be up the front, and then it was such a stupid mistake at the start of the 3rd lap. We both I fell off on a ledge. Tang got tangled up in him and sheared the buckles off my shoe, and then I rode half a lap with no tension in the shoe. So you're kind of compromising a bit. And then I knew I needed to pit, and I pitted, took someone else's specialized shoe while they took buckles off another shoe and fixed mine, fixed it, pitted again, and then it was just a chasing game. And to be fair, it's top 3. It's better than 4th, and props to the organisers and the whole South African cross-country scene for getting this together. It's great for us guys who aspire to race in Olympic level, and I'm excited for the future.